Hey San Clemente neighbors, what's happening in the local housing market? I'm here to let you know. Let's take a look at the numbers. Hey, I'm Ryan Schramm. I'm the broker and owner of Ryan Schramm Real Estate here in San Clemente. My goal as your San Clemente realtor is to keep you informed on exactly what's happening when it comes to the housing market here locally. In this quick housing market update, I want to take you through the top 7 leading and lagging indicators that I use to track the health and vital signs of our housing market. All right, let's dive in. The first thing we look at, demand. What is housing demand? It's the number of pending sales now in this month over the month prior. In Orange County, that number is down slightly right now. Last month, there was 1,660 pending sales. This month, 1,602. So last year at this time, the demand was about 16% higher than it is right now, which is not surprising, but let's take a look at what it was 2017 to 2019. That demand was 67% higher than it is today. Now, the biggest thing to take away from this and what you want to understand here is that our demand today is really impacted by higher mortgage interest rates and the fact that there just is not much of a supply of homes. More on that to come. Number 2, active inventory. That's how many homes are available for sale. If you look at that number today, there are 109 houses for sale in San Clemente that are either in an active or coming soon status. That number is up pretty significantly at 15% more than it was last month. And a little bit of a more magnified view on that, there have been 16 new listings in the last 7 days and 7 homes which were either in a hold position or they were in escrow and they fell out and they're now back on the market. Number 3, price reductions. This is going to give us a good insight as to what's happening with pricing. There are 104 actively for sale listings. Those are homes that are being shown now. We've seen in the last 7 days 14 price reductions. That's the most that we've seen in quite a while. So I quickly took the average of those 14 price reductions and they average out at $106,000 each. So if you're watching this and you're wondering, how is this going to affect the value of my home, or maybe selling is on the horizon for you and you're trying to determine what the price, the list price of your house would be, I have a really exceptional tool that I've been using, and you can look at your specific property address. I know a lot of people like to use Zillow or Redfin for this, but those automated value systems are so depersonalized. They don't understand the quality of your view or the improvements that you've done in your home. What I use to have an automated valuation done for properties is very accurate. And I like the fact that you can go into it and adjust your value based on what you've done. So if you want to click the link below, click the button below, it's going to take you to this tool that I use. You can put in your address and start telling it what you've done, and it will generate a very accurate automated valuation for you. It's not the end all be all, but it's light years better than anything else I've seen. Check that out if you want to see a value. The 4th thing we're going to look at are the mortgage rates. Interest rates have been all over the board. They've been fluctuating frequently, and no one has been able to accurately predict exactly what they're doing. Currently, they're back up again, sitting at about 6.375% for a 30-year fixed loan. And for those non-conforming loans, about 6.625%. Now, in last month's update, my lender was quoting about the same for conforming and non-conforming. So you can see that non-conforming is up 0.3 of a point. The 5th thing we're going to look at, the amount of closed sales. This is a fun one to track. We always look at the last 3 months. In April, there were 42 sales. In May, there were 52 sales. And so far in June, 37 sales to date. The 6th thing I want to closely look at is the expected market time. That's really simple. It's just how long does it take to sell a house from when you put the sign in the ground to when you accept an offer. This is going to vary based on the price of the house. There are several different categories, right? You have 1 million to 2 million, 2 to 4, 4 plus. We want to look at the different subsets to get an accurate expected market time. So the first one, $1 million to $2 million. It's taking about 38 days to sell those homes. 38 days is fast. That's a hot seller's market. And that price range actually represents 34% of all of the active inventory in Orange County. All right, the next most common price category is that $2 to $4 million range. If we look at that, it's up a little bit. It's at 89 days on average to sell a $2 to $4 million home. This price range represents 19% of the active for sale homes in Orange County. So for those of you thinking about selling a $2 to $4 million home, it's at 89 days, a slight seller's market. Finally, number 7, selling season. We always want to take a look at the season that we're in with respect to real estate, because there are some traditional selling seasons, like spring is the most busy time in real estate. And then when you get into that summer season, you typically kind of see those sellers who were a little late to the party. They didn't quite get the home ready or make the decision to sell by spring. And so we typically see higher levels of inventory, which is kind of happening right now in San Clemente during that summer selling season. So inventory should be hitting its cyclical peak between July and August. And if you were a buyer who was kind of hoping to watch inventory get much higher and peak out, it doesn't look like that's going to be happening. As we start to enter the fall, you're going to see the inventory decrease to where it hits its low in the holiday season. So here are the key takeaways for San Clemente. Homes that are priced at their fair market value, that have a lot going for the property, are seeing tons of showings. They're inundated and often receiving asking price offers, or the power of the crowd is kind of pushing them up to above asking price offers. You'll also see some homes that were just a little out of touch with their list price. They are priced too high. Buyers are sensitive to overpriced listings when mortgage rates are in the mid 6% range. Price in the house is really, really critical. If a home is sitting on the market, it's not getting showings, the market is telling us something about that property. The buyer's market feels like it's overpriced. You know when that's happening. There's no showings, there's no offers. It's time to make an adjustment. As always, if you have any questions about buying or selling in the local market here, feel free to shoot me a text. My number's on the screen below. Thanks so much and take care.